Today's video is another tutorial. I think I'm going to try to stick with one brand. I might sneak a couple of other things. The focus here will be clean beauty. So I already have a primer on my face. I love the Colleen Rothschild primer. It's the black tourmaline. Absolutely love it. I go through tubes and tubes and tubes and tubes of it. So I really love it. It's on my face. I just did wash my face. I did another video earlier and I had more makeup on, and so I just washed it. So my face might be a little bit red. It's just because I was washing it. So I do have a new foundation here from Fitglow Beauty. So I'm going to give that a try. I have been wearing this. I actually posted a picture on Instagram so that you could see it a while ago. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should, because that's where I post a lot of things about the dogs. And I post, you know, sometimes the look of the day or a lip I might be enjoying or some jewelry I have on or something like that. You know, I get crazy on there. I actually have two Instagrams, but the main one is Tammy's Ageless Beauty, but I also have In Her Day, She Was. All right, so my face is already primed, a little bit red, so we're not going to hold that against any of the products that I'm using today. So I'm going to go in with the foundation Fitglow Beauty, and this is F37, and this one here has a big doe foot. I'm going to go ahead and just put a few different little streaks on my face. I'm going to do one side so you can see it first, and because I love to use a sponge, that's what I'm going to use. I do have these new brushes from ALIMA, but I might save those when I do a tutorial using those. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Fitglow. The color is just a tad light on me, but it works, so I'm okay with it. And it does give good coverage. It has that clean makeup smell. I think it kind of smells like popcorn. That's what I told Frisco Beauty when I received my order. I said, oh, the foundation smells like popcorn. And she said she didn't notice that, but I don't know. Some people smell hot dogs when they use the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. I never got hot dogs out of there, so I guess it's just whatever our nose wants to pick up. All right, so I'm going to do half the face first, just so you can see what the foundation looks like. And that is one layer, but I did use quite a bit. I kind of like to use, if I know the foundation, if I know I want good coverage, I'll go in with a little more foundation, because I actually like just going around once with it. I don't like really going in and layering, but you know, if you do, you can. All right, so that is the finish of it. It has a very nice glow to it, and it does not, I do know because I have worn it quite a bit, it does not really dry down and look cakey on me. At least not in the weather we're having right now in Florida. Humidity, I can't tell you because our humidity's been really low. So that is it. I think it gives great coverage. You can see it's covered all of the red from my washing my face. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. And again, I'm just going to apply. I like the doe foot. You can, you know, really load it up or not. And then put a little on the side of my nose. And we'll go in with the pounce. Put a little on the tip of my nose here. Of course, you can use much less and just get nice sheer coverage. But I find that when I'm doing these tutorials, many of the comments come in, well, how is it for medium? How does it build? How is it for medium coverage or full coverage? So I just decided that that's what I'll do when I'm going in for my tutorials, but know that any of them can be worn with a lighter touch to them. Okay? So there is my face completely done. I'll come in so you can see it. And then I'll back up so you can see it. Let my eyes focus. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. I've had this for a long time. This is for the darkness under. This is a corrector. And sometimes if you use a corrector to camouflage out your darkness, you'll then be able to use less concealer, or you can just go over your under eye with the foundation. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to use a little bit of the Fitglow, and I'm just going to put it here and here. And then I'm going to go right here where I have my darkness. And I'll also go right here where I have my veins. And then I'll be able to go over this with my sponge. So I'm just going to take my fingers and tap that in. I'm going to do the same thing, tap and pull it out over the eyelid and up. I like to focus it right on the inner because then it really brightens up and it almost lifts. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and I try to stay right along my hollow first. Someone said that they have fillers for underneath my eyes, but maybe they didn't watch the video. I had looked into that because I have incredible, I'm getting a sunken look. It's very hollow underneath my eyes, and I did look into that because, to be honest with you, that is something that does bother me. But it really it's accentuated in pictures and in videos. If you see me in life, I don't think you really notice the hollows unless, you know, you're a woman that's really looking for something wrong. But like I asked Lou, and he said, no, not until you pointed it out did I notice. So, you know, but I did look into it, and I have a fat pad under there. So the only option for me is surgery, and I'm not having surgery. So that settled that. So I'm going to walk around with hollows for the rest of my adult life. Okay, so under eyes are camouflaged out. See how that brightened it right up? It really does work well. So then I can go in and maybe just put a dot, just a dot of foundation on the sponge and just work it over the corrector, and then I'm using actually less because you do want to camouflage out that peachy tone a little bit. So I just go under, and there you have it. It really does work nice. It does. I don't have a powder in Fitglow, so I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is my Genius powder that I love so much. It has just a beautiful satin finish, but it's not, for me, it doesn't run into the cakey department, and you know, sometimes I can really pack this on and it still looks good, but I like to really work it into the brush and then tap off, and then I just pounce on the areas that I really am going to put more powder over, and then I do my T-zone. I don't go under my eyes with this one because it doesn't have any sparkles in it, but it does have a glow. So because I have that fat pocket, I don't want to put that under my eyes because then it will accentuate that fatty pocket. So then I'm going to go over my forehead, whatever's on the brush, and then just around the rest of my face. I don't add more powder after I've done my cheeks. I just kind of go around. Okay, so that is, I need a little bit on my forehead, I can feel it, where I'm going to put a little bronzer. Okay. All right, so that is the look of my face. It feels wonderful on the skin. It really does. Now, I do need to set under my eyes, so I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier, but the thing here is a damp sponge and not using a ton of the powder, just a little dusting, and then your damp sponge, you go in, you put a little bit of it on there, and then you just make sure you have no creases, and then you go ahead and set that. It's a must for me. I have to set it because if I don't, that will just start to crease and really look like a hot mess. The only thing I will say is because I do have to set it, if I'm wearing my contacts, it doesn't really, you don't really notice it, but if I'm wearing my glasses, it does look a little bit dehydrated underneath my eyes, but there's no other option. I have darkness under my eyes. If you don't have darkness, don't even bother wearing concealer at our age, unless you love it. If you love that brightness underneath your eyes, and you just want a really uniform look, you can always just stick with your foundation as your concealer if you don't need it. So I'm just going to set the eyelids so that my shadows will go on nicely. Alrighty. So that is the face. Don't have a bronzer in Fitglow, so I'm going to use the one that I use a lot. I use the ALIMA Pure and the Anika a lot. I like them both. But I'm going to go in. Now this I demonstrated a while ago in a video when I first got them. And I really did like it. So I just put some of it in the lid. So I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty 107. And now, like with any other mineral powder, I really work it into the fibers of the brush, because then you get an even application. So I've really done that, and then you tap it off for any excess. And then you just go in and tap where you want it. And you see how beautiful that is? It's so beautiful that you don't even need to wear a blush, but we're going to wear a blush today. So then I go on my forehead, and I just wrap that around, and then I'll give it a nice little buff, very light-handed buff. I don't buff hard, just a light dusting. It's like I'm feathering across my face, and that is the beautiful bronzer. But I've talked about this one before, but everything will be listed and linked below, and everything that I'm using, most things that I'm using, some will be, with the exception of a few, you can get at Frisco Beauty, and Fitglow Beauty, you can use the Tammy 20. If I use the ALIMA Pure, you can only, it's Tammy 15, but all that will be below for you, so don't let that confuse you, okay? All right, so we have gone ahead and put more on this side, and we're just going to really work that. Beautiful. And I like the mineral blushes because, and the bronzer, because they give a beautiful glow. They really do. And just tap more of that on. And that is how gorgeous it looks. Very easy. And I do think that mineral powders are very forgiving. They really, I think they accentuate an aging face. They really do. And I meant to do this because my face was a little red. They have a pistachio powder, which is green in color, and you put that on first before the mineral powder. But because I was using the Fitglow Beauty, I couldn't. But I did have it out here. We'll use that in the next one. I'll do an ALIMA Pure next. All right, so here we go. Now I have some Fitglow eyeshadows. So let's see here. And you can, there's a case that comes with it. You can get a case, and then you can put your eyeshadows or your blush, or some of them can be used as both, and you can just go ahead and put them in here and travel away. So I'm going to be working with, let me see here. So I brought out, this one is a cheek color, this is Buff. I'm going to use that on my cheeks, so I'm going to leave that one there. And maybe I'll do my cheeks. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my cheeks. I'm going to go in with the 108 BK Beauty brush. I like to work with a smaller brush because everything's dropping, except my cheeks are still standing up on my bone. But the volume, you know, everything just kind of shift on us. So placement of blush has changed, and it has to change. So I'm going to go in, and you can see it really picks up a good amount. So we'll go ahead and we're going to tap some of that into the brush. This is a good thing to get in the habit of doing, and then we'll just go ahead and pop that high on the cheek. Same thing on the other side. You see how that's really pigmented. You get a lot. It really does apply nicely. And notice I'm staying up high on the cheek. And it's really just beautiful. You can take whatever's left over and sweep it on your eyelids. And that just kind of helps to marry everything together. So that was Buff, but again, everything will be listed and linked below for you. So we're going to move on to our eyes, and I don't remember what I grabbed. Okay, I have, for the eyes, I'm kind of going with a pinky rose. I have the Lavender Plum, which I've used before, and I really wanted to use something else, but let's see what I have here. And then go. So I have a satin finish with the Lavender Plum. This one I've used a lot. I really like it. And then I have this one, which is Go. And then let's see what other one I have. Oh, this one here I might use all over. And this one is the eye color in Violet Taupe. So we're going to go in with Violet Taupe. Let me get my little brush here. And this is a Rephr #1 brush, which is probably my most favorite brush of theirs. And again, I'm going to go in and we're going to tap that powder so that you don't get that as your fallout. So if you work it into the brush fibers, that stays on there, and then you don't get fallout on your eye. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap this all over. We'll go for a plummy look. And I'm just going to sweep that all over the lid and just slightly above the crease. Turn the brush on the other side, and right in the crease area, just go over that. It'll help to feather that color exactly where you want it. Okay, so that is the first color, and that is the taupe. Now, again, you can shear these out, but I'm really packing it on so you can see it. All right, so now again, I'm going to go and tap that into the brush so I don't get any of that as my fallout, friends. It's just little things we have to tweak. And I'll go this on the other eye, just like that eye. I'm going in with a clean brush, and I'm going to sweep that down, just soften that line. And that's what it looks like. I could actually just leave this. I could go no further, my friends, and just leave this. But because I want to brighten it up a little bit, I am going to go ahead with this one, which is Go. And let me show you the difference of them on my finger. This one definitely has the gray undertone, where this one's a little bit brighter. So I have to place a little bit of that brightness on my inner eye area just to wake it up just slightly. And I'm going to go in with another brush for that, and I'm grabbing another number 1, and I'm just going to pick some of that color up. And again, I'm going to go in here and tap it into the fibers of the brush, and then I will go right here and just brighten that area up. I'm going to go in and get a little bit more of that, tap it out, and I'm just sweeping that right on the inner eye. And it just brightens it up slightly. If you wanted to go with a really light pink in here, you could, but I tend to feel that the lighter colors on the inner eyelid make me look tired, especially with my hair going all wonky on me. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this gorgeous satin. This is my most favorite Fitglow Beauty eyeshadow. I love it. I wear it all on its own most of the time. So I'm just going to go in and pick some of this up, and they are beautiful. Really, they are. And you'll see it picks up nicely, and I'm going to go ahead and tap that in. And I'm just going to sweep it over the lid area almost. I'm going to meet that light color that I just put on, and I'm only going to feature this on my lid. And it just brings it to life. Take a little bit more, tap it off, and I'm just going to place some of it right on the outer part. If you want to tap, you can, and then just sweep over it to bring out the glossiness. It's beautiful, my friends. It really is. Look at that, how gorgeous it is. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There. That's pretty much the eyes. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. And remember, they can all fit nicely right in the little travel kit. They're magnetic, just like the old Mac used to be. Well, the Mac's probably still that way, but it's old to me because I haven't used Mac in a long time. So, and then you can just push them out easily. There's a little hole right there. All right, so that is it for my eyes. I might come back in a minute to add a little something around the outer. We'll see. So for eyebrows, I guess I'll do those last. So now for eye pencils, I've used these several times. I use them every day, one or the other. I use these. My most favorite eye pencil was discontinued a very long time ago, and it is the NARS Via Pia. I loved it. And then Fitglow came out with their pencils maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I'm not sure how long ago, but I love these pencils, and I use this one all the time, and it is called Bronze. But today, because I'm going for a pink look, I'm going to go in with the Mulberry, and I've used this one in videos before, but I'm going to go ahead and use it again today. And so for tight lining, you just want to take the pencil and really go on the upper lash line. You're underneath the lashes though, so I'm putting my pencil underneath, but notice I'm brushing over my lashes, and then for the inner eye, I do this. But I don't have narrow eyes. If you have narrow eyes, you don't want to really focus anything on the inside. You want to do everything on the outside to elongate and widen the eye. And that, it just adds a little something, so I'll do the same thing on the other eye. So the pencil's on. Let me just show you what this pencil looks like on its own so you can see. It's a beautiful, it's a burgundy. It's gorgeous, but it's not a real red burgundy. It's a really pretty burgundy, and I'll show you the bronze on its own as well. I've shared these before with you, but maybe you're new. So that is the brown. This is the brown right here, and this is the mulberry. So very, very nice pencils. And again, I'll do it for today's video. You can do this. You can go ahead and put it on the waterline just to add a little smokiness to the eye. If you look at the difference now, you can see. But remember, that will close your eye off just slightly, okay? So if you really have small eyes, you don't want to do this. You're much better if you do a nude pencil underneath. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Everything will look much better once I have my eyebrows on. But, you know, I can't do my eyebrows on camera. I have to do them off camera. All right, so and I do have the Fitglow brow. I'm not sure how this is going to work out for me. But I do have their brow gel as well. So I'll do my pencil and then I'll try the brow gel for you. So I do have the Fitglow mascara, which we'll do in a minute. So let's go ahead and do our lips. And for the lips, I'm probably going to work with Buff. Let me show you the lip liners on their own. This one is Buff. And this one here is, what is it? It's Nude. So let me show you the Nude. They're very, very similar, but this one just carries a little more pink to it. And then the Nude carries a little more mauve to it. So I'm going to go with the Buff. And I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. Let me just do this. I'm going to go ahead and line the lips. These are nice pencils. I pretty much line right on the line, and then I drop down slightly in the center. It just gives you a powderier look. My hand's getting a little shaky with my lip liners. That's because my lips are losing a lot of volume and they're getting kind of, you know, they're pliable. You can move, they move around too much. I don't like that. Okay, so the top lip, you can do it two ways, and I'll do it today. You can go right across there, and you'll see it'll take my peak away. I've always loved my peaks, but with losing the volume, I'm not loving the peaks as much. So there's a change for me. That's something that I just said, you know what? I got to try that. Because I've seen people do it for years, but I never liked it on me. But it is good for some people. And then I just go, I make the peaks very small. So it kind of looks like that. So you're really going across. Okay. If you look at pictures of J-Lo, you'll see she has no upper lip. That's what they do. So now I'm going to fill it in. And then I put just a little bit in the center on my actual lip. Touch them together. And let's see, I'm going to wear, let's see, I think I like Buff. Let me just make sure. Yes, I'm going to go with Buff. And this is from Fitglow Beauty. My favorite glosses, I have them all. I have so many of them. I could actually wear Gospel today, but I think I wore Gospel in the last video. So I'm going to wear Buff because I want you to see they have so many beautiful colors. I mean, look at that. That's just a perfect, perfect gloss. They are gorgeous. And they're balmier. They're not real sticky and runny. And for me, they last. There is Buff. There's the lip. Really nice. I'm going to wipe my hand off now because this will end up all over my pink shirt. Or my blush colored shirt. It's not really pink, it's blush. I looked at myself and realized I didn't have my earrings on, so I had to put my earrings on. And I wanted to wear my Dean Davidson, the new Dune hoops. Oh, I love them, love them. And ladies and gentlemen, these are not heavy. Look at, there's no pull or drag on my ears at all. Love, 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 love them. All right, so let's go into my mascara. I'm gonna go in and curl my lashes with my Rephr lash curler because I love this lash curler. It fans them out perfectly. Shiseido used to be my favorite until this one came along, and this one's Oh, that's my contact popping out. Hang on. So my contact popped out of my eye. So I took the opportunity to put my brows on while I was fixing my contact. Sometimes with the lash curler, it pops out. Okay, so I've curled both my lashes. I'm going to go in with the Fitglow Beauty Mascara. Has a very nice wand, my friends. Very nice. But it does have a little bit of a shape to it. So keep that in mind that the brush does look a little bit different. And I like to put out front that I like a mascara that gives me bulky lashes. So this one goes on easily. I'm sure the brush is designed to, you know, play around with it, do this, and then turn it around and get the length out of it. So that really does work. I just tried that. It worked. So I'm applying with the flat side, and then I turn it around to the other side, and it really makes them lengthen. Very nice. Okay, so that is one coat of the Fitglow Beauty. Isn't that eyeshadow beautiful? I just love it. I love, 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 love that lavender. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so there is the mascara. All right, my friends, so I think that is it. Eyebrows are done. I did go over my eyebrows with the Fitglow Beauty. Now, this one's a little different than the Anastasia. The Anastasia has a little bit of a, almost like a sparkle to it, which I really love. But this one did do the job. It did cover up my white eyebrows, and that's all that matters to me. I'm not somebody who really does all the soaping and the shaping and all that kind of stuff. Although, I did buy some e.l.f. Soap Brow. I'm going to give it a try and see. But I don't know if it'll work for me because I have a lot of bald areas that I have to fill in. But we'll give it a try. Why not? So that is today's look using mostly all Fitglow Beauty. Everything that is on my face, with the exception of the bronzer, ALIMA Pure. You can use my code TAMMY20 on Freeze Code Beauty to get 20% off. If you liked the bronzer, the code is TAMMY15, but everything will be below. And some of these things I use on a daily basis, like the Fitglow Beauty Eye. I use the lip pencils a lot. I use the lip glosses every single day. I think I have, I can see right here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I have about 14 of them. I absolutely love them. Some are favorites. I wear more often. I find that when I'm wearing very little makeup on my face, I prefer to wear bright ones. Like this one is Juice. This is really pretty, my friends. And if you like anything with some sort of corally red to it, this is a beautiful, beautiful shade. And when you're just wearing like maybe mascara, but you need a little bit of color, my friends. You need a little bit of color with age. So I pop those on. And they are gorgeous. I also bought myself a new color in this. I have used the, I think the blonde, and it wasn't enough. This is going to be on those days when I look at myself. See, I don't mind the root showing today, but this is going to be on those days when I am at my wit's end and I think, oh, I need to cover, or if I'm wearing my hair down in the middle part, just looks ridiculous. I went with a darker shade so that it will cover. It'll probably make my grays look blonde or maybe even medium brown. But I have sprays, but I really cannot stand the way they make my hair feel. So I prefer to go in with a very dense brush. Sometimes I'll go in with like the BK Beauty brushes. There's one that's really dense, and I'll go in and use that and just, you know, I pounce it on, or you can use a sponge and pounce it on, and it's easy. But, and I think it feels better, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm not going to do it today because they're not bothering me. You know, when I wear pinks, the white hair looks really good. But when I try to wear my peach tones, that's when I'm like, ooh, you're looking a little dead. So you do have to change your look. All right, friends, so that is it for today's video. I will have everything below for you. But before you leave, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And right next to it is the bell that lets you know of all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, you go out in the world and you be oh so lovable. And remember, I love you all. Bisous.